कुरुते सकलकल्याणभाजनं यत्र जायते पुरुषस्तमजं नित्यं व्रजामि शरणं हरिं सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु नास्ति तेषाममङ्गलम् येषां हृदिस्थो भगवान् मङ्गलायतनो हरिः लाभस्तेषां जयस्तेषां कुतस्तेषां पराभवः येषामिन्दीभरस्यामो हृदयस्थो जनार्दनः आपदामपहर्तारं धातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् ॐ श्री लक्ष्मीनारायणाभ्यां नमः सीतारामाभ्यां नमः उमामहेश्वराभ्यां नमः वाणी हिरण्यगर्भाभ्यां नमः आदित्यादिनवग्रहदेवताभ्यो नमः सर्वेभ्यो महाविष्णुमहादेव पार्श्वतेभ्यो नमो नमः अयं मुहूर्तः सुमुहूर्तो भवन्तु ॐ मासे मासे निर्वाहित श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी दिव्य पूजा कर्तुमभवन्तम् अनुज्ञां विज्ञाप्य ॐ देवदेव जगन्नाथः जगदानन्दकारक व्रतपूजा प्रवर्तोऽहम् अनुज्ञां देहि मे प्रभो। जय बोलो सत्यनारायण भगवान की जय। आचार्यः प्राणानायम्य श्री गोविंद 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 अस्य श्री भगवतः महाविष्णुराज्ञया प्रवर्तमानस्य अद्य ब्रह्मणः द्वितीय परार्थे श्वेतवराहकल्पे वैवस्वतमन्वन्तरे कलियुगे प्रथमे पादे क्रौञ्चद्वीपे रमणकवर्षे ऐन्द्रखण्डे वर्तमानव्यवहारिकप्रभवादिषष्ठ्यादि संवत्सराणां मध्ये श्रीशोभकृतनाम संवत्सरे उत्तरायणे पुष्यमासे शुक्लपक्षे पौर्णम्यां शुभतिथौ हेमन्तऋतौ वासरः वासरस्तु सौम्यवासरयुक्तायां शुभयोग शुभनक्षत्र एवं गुणसकलविशेष विशिष्टायामस्यां शुभतिथौ श्रीलक्ष्मीनारायणप्रीत्यर्थम् अद्य पौर्णमास्यां शुभतिथौ श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी दिव्य व्रतपूजां च करिष्ये। अस्मिन् पूजा कैंकर्य प्रसाद फल सिद्ध्यर्थं कौशल गोत्रोद्भवस्य ललिता कुमार नामधेयस्य केतन हांडा नामधेयस्य अनिल अंजिला हांडा नामधेयस्य शिवम हांडा नामधेयस्य सनी रतन नामधेयस्य मोनिका रतन नाम्याः आर्यन रतन नामधेयस्य नियम रतन नामधेयस्य इद अंजिला हांडावा एन्न अनिला
Angela, I think Angela.
Angela हांडा नामधेयस्य सह कुटुंबानां
सारा அவங்களும் சொல்லிருங்க.
ओके सह कुटुंबानां நான் காலைல வரைக்கும் ஞாபகம் வச்சிருந்தேன்.
நான் உங்களுக்கு காலையில சொல்லணும்னு மறந்துட்டேன்.
ஓகே நான் அவங்களதெல்லாம் இங்க ஒரு பிரிண்ட் அவுட் மாதிரி எடுத்து அட்டாச் பண்ணி आत्रेयश गोत्रोद्भवस्य बृहदराजु पूर्णचंद्रराजु नामधेयस्य शतभिषा नक्षत्रौ जातस्य सारा अब्दुल्ला नाम्याः मृगशीर्ष नक्षत्रौ जातस्य आर्यन नामधेयस्य पुष्यमी नक्षत्रौ जातस्य आन्या नाम्याः उत्तर फल्गुनी नक्षत्रौ जातस्य सह कुटुंबानां क्षेमस्थैर्यधैर्य विजयः अभयाजुरारोग्य अष्टैश्वर्याणाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मार्थकाम्यमोक्ष चतुर्विधानां फलपुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थं इष्टकाम्यार्थसिद्ध्यर्थं सकलक्षेम अवाप्त्यर्थं श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी विशेषतः परिपूर्णत अनुग्रह प्रसाद सिद्ध्यर्थं अद्य श्री संकल्पित विधानेन च सत्यनारायण स्वामी दिव्य व्रतपूजां च करिष्ये। प्रथमतः पात्राशादनं करिष्ये। ओम श्रीं श्रीये नमः। अर्घ्यं परिकल्पयामि। गंगायै नमः। पाद्यं परिकल्पयामि। सरस्वत्यै नमः। आचमनं परिकल्पयामि। वरुणायै नमः। स्नानं परिकल्पयामि। शान्त्यै नमः। शुद्धोदकं परिकल्पयामि शोषणदाहनप्लावनानि कृत्वा सुरभिमुद्रानमृतीकृत्य वैकुण्ठे व्रजानदीम् आगच्छागच्छागच्छागच्छागच्छेति आवाहयामि अपवित्रपवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थां ततोऽपि वा स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं सवाह्याभ्यन्तरस्थितिः ॐ श्रीमन्महागणाधिपतये नमः तस्मात् आगच्छ 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 आगच्छेत् आवाहयामि प्रणाम स्वागत प्रतिमा सन्निधि सन्निरोध सामुख्यमुद्रान् प्रदर्श्य हृदयाय नमः शिरसि स्वाहा शिखायै वौषड् कवचाजहं नेत्राभ्यां वौषड् हस्त्राय फट् महागणपतये नमः ध्यायामि नमो व्रातपतये नमो घनपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते स्तुलम्बोधराय एकदन्ताय विघ्नविनाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीमन्वरदमूर्तये नमो नमः श्रीमन्महागणपतये नमो नमः ध्यायामि ध्यानपुष्पं समर्पयामि पादयोः पाद्यं हस्तयोः अर्घ्यं मुखे शुद्धाचमनं समर्पयामि ॐ स्नपयामि स्नानानन्तरं शुद्धाचमनं समर्पयामि वस्त्र उपवीदार्थम् अक्षतान् समर्पयामि ॐ गन्धद्वारान् दुराधर्षां नित्यपुष्टान् करीषिणीम् ईश्वरीकुं सर्वभूतानां त्वामिहोपह्वये श्रियं गन्धं समर्पयामि गन्धस्योपरि कुङ्कुमाचूर्णं समर्पयामि आजने ते पराजने दूर्वारोहन्तु पुष्पिणीः हृदाश्च पुण्डरीकानि समुद्रश्च ग्रहाय मे पुष्पैः पूजयामि ॐ श्रीमते नमः ॐ सुमुखाय नमः ॐ एकदन्ताय नमः ॐ गजकर्णिकाय नमः ॐ लम्बोधराय नमः ॐ बालचन्द्राय नमः ॐ भविष्यचतुराननाय नमः ॐ हेरम्भाय नमः ॐ स्कन्धपूर्वजाय नमः ॐ हेरम्भाय नमः ॐ स्कन्धपूर्वजाय नमः ॐ सिद्धिगणपतये नमः ॐ बुद्धिगणपतये नमः ॐ सन्तानगणपतये नमः ॐ सौभाग्यगणपतये नमः ॐ लक्ष्मीगणपतये नमः सिद्धिबुद्धि नादिका समेत श्रीमन्महागणपतये नमो नमः नानाविध परिमल पत्रपुष्पाक्षत पूजार्चनानि समर्पयामि ॐ वनस्पत्युद्भवैर्नानागन्धेषु संयुतः आग्नेयः सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यतां धूपमाग्रापयामि साक्षात् प्रत्यक्षदीपं दर्शयामि धूपदीपानन्तरं शुद्धाचमनं समर्पयामि सम्भवित फलोदकं निवेदयामि ॐ प्रोक्ष्य परिशिच्य शोषण दाहनप्लावनानि कृत्वा सुरमुद्रानमृतीकृत्य ॐ हं हं इदमिदं ग्रहाण स्वाहा घनानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनश्रन्वन्नोतिभिः श्रीदशातनं जय बोलो गणेश महाराज की जय। ॐ धाता धातॄणां भुवनस्य यस्पतिः देवगुं सवितारमभिमाति साहम् इमं यज्ञमश्विनो भा बृहस्पतिर्देवाः पान्तु इजमानन्यर्धात् महागणपतये नमः वेदोक्तस्वर्णमन्त्रपुष्पं समर्पयामि सर्वेभ्यः महागणपति अनुग्रह प्रसाद सिद्धिरस्तु आचार्यः संहितायाः प्राणानायम्य श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी दिव्य व्रत पूजा कर्तुं महागणपति पूजानन्तरं इंद्रादि अष्टदिक्पालक नवग्रह पंचलोकपालक मंडप आराधनं करिष्ये। ओम इंद्रं वो विश्वतस्परि हवामहे जनेभ्यः अस्माकमस्तु केवलः सांगं सायुधं सवाहनं चषग्नि पुत्र परिवार समेतं पूर्वदिग्भागे इंद्रं दिक्पालकम् आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि। ॐ अग्निं धूतं वृणीमहे होतारं विश्ववेदशम् अस्य यज्ञस्य सुकृतं साङ्गं सायुधं सवाहनं शशग्निपुत्रपरिवारसमेतम् अग्निं दिक्पालकमावाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि ॐ यमाय सोमगुं सुनुतयमाय जुहुता हविः यमगुं हयज्ञो गच्छत्यग्निदूतो अलङ्कृतः साङ्गं सायुधं सवाहनं शशग्निपुत्रपरिवारसमेतम् यमधर्मं दिक्पालकमावाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि मोषणः परा नैरुतिर्दुर्हना आवदीत् पतिष्ठतृष्णया सह साङ्गं सायुधं सवाहनं शशग्निपुत्र परिवारसमेतं नैरुतिदिग्भागे नैरुतिं दिक्पालकम् आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि ॐ इमं मे वरुणः श्रुतिहवमध्या च मृडयः त्वामवस्युराजके तत्त्वाजामि ब्रह्मणा वन्धमानः सदाशा आस्ते यजमानो हविर्भिः साङ्गं सायुधं सवाहनं शशग्निपुत्रपरिवारसमेतं वरुणं दिक्पालकमावाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि तव वायुमृतस्पते त्वष्टुर्जामातरद्भुता पांस्यां वृणीमहि साङ्गं सायुधं सवाहनं शशग्निपुत्रपरिवारसमेतं वायव्यं दिक्पालकमावाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि ॐ सोमो धेनगुं सोमो अर्वन्तमासुं सोमो वीरं कर्मण्यं दधातु साधन्यं विधत्यगुं शभेयं पितुश्रवणं यो दधासु तस्मै कुबेरं दिक्पालकमावाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि ईशानः सर्वविद्यानाम् ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां ब्रह्माधिपतिर्ब्रह्मणोऽधिपतिर्ब्रह्मा शिवो मे अस्तु सदाशिवो साङ्गं सायुधं सवाहनं शशग्निपुत्र परिवारसमेतम् ईशानं दिक्पालकमावाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि आवाहनाति अष्टदिक्पालकदेवताभ्यो नमः स्थिरो भव ॐ आसत्येन रजसा वर्तमानो निवेशयन्नमृतं मर्त्यं च हिरण्यजेन सविधारतेन देवो याति भुवना विपश्यन् साङ्गं सायुधं सवाहनं शशग्निपुत्रपरिवारसमेतं मध्ये अतिदेवता प्रत्यतिदेवता सहिताय सूर्यग्रहम् आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि ॐ आप्यायस्व समेधुते विश्वदः सोमवृष्णियं भवावाजस्य संघते साङ्गं सायुधं सवाहनं शशग्निपुत्रपरिवारसमेतं चन्द्रग्रहम् आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि ॐ अग्निर्मूर्धादिवः ककुत्पतिपृथिव्या अयम् अपागुं रेतागुं सिजिन्वती साङ्गं सायुधं सवाहनं शशग्निपुत्रपरिवारसमेतं कुजग्रहम् आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि ॐ उद्भुज्य स्वाग्ने प्रतिजागृह्येण मिष्ठापूर्थे सगं सृजेधामयं च पुनः गृह्णवगुं स्त्वा पितरं युवानमन्वातागुं सीत्वजितन्तुमेतं साङ्गं सायुधं सवाहनं शशग्निपुत्रपरिवारसमेतं बुधग्रहम् आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि ॐ बृहस्पते अतियतर्यो अर्हाच्युमद्विभाति क्रतुमज्जनेषु यद्धीतयश्च वसर्थ प्रजात तथस्मासु द्रविनन्देहि चित्रम् साङ्गं सायुधं सवाहनं शशग्निपुत्रपरिवारसमेतं गुरुग्रहम् आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि ॐ प्रवशुक्राय भानवे भरद्वगुं हव्यं मतिञ्चाग्नये सुपूतं यो दैव्यानि मानुषा जनो गुस्यन्तर्विद्मानि विद्मनाधिगाति साङ्गं सायुधं सवाहनं शशग्निपुत्रपरिवारसमेतं शुक्रग्रहम् आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि। ॐ शन्नो देवीरभिष्ठाय आपो भवन्तु पीतजे संयोरभिस्रावन्तु नः साङ्गं साजुषं सवाहनं सशक्तिपुत्रपरिवारसमेतं शनिग्रहम् आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि। ॐ कयानश्चित्र आभुवधूतिः सदा वृधः सखा कया सुचिष्ठया वृधा साङ्गं साजुधं सवाहनं शशक्तिपुत्रपरिवारसमेतं राहुग्रहम् आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि। ॐ केतुं घृण्वन्न केतवे पेशो भर्या अपेशशे समुषद्भिरजायता साङ्गं सायुधं सवाहनं शशक्तिपुत्रपरिवारसमेतं केतुग्रहम् आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि। आवाहनाति नवग्रहदेवताभ्यो नमः। स्थिरो भव अतः पञ्चलोकपालकपूजां च करिष्ये। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं क्लौं गं घनपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानाय नमः। प्रथमलोकपालकान् महागणपतिम् आवाह्य ॐ ब्रह्मजज्ञानं प्रथमं पुरस्ताद्विषीमतः सुरुचो वेन आवहात् सबुद्ध्या उपमा अस्य विष्ठाः सधश्च योनिमसधश्च विवः। द्वितीयलोकपालकान् ब्रह्मम् आवाह्य ॐ इदं विष्णुर्विचक्रमे त्रेधानि च दे पदम् समूढमस्य पागुं सुरे। तृतीयलोकपालकान् महाविष्णुम् आवाह्य ॐ कद्रुद्राय प्रचेतसे मेढुष्ठमाजतव्यसे वोचे महन्तमगुं हृते। ॐ चतुर्थलोकपालकान् रुद्रम् आवाह्य गौरीमिमाय शलिराज एकपति द्विपदीशा चतुष्पति अष्टापति नवपति बभूवशी सहस्राक्षरा परमे व्योमन्। पञ्चमलोकपालकान् गौरीम् आवाह्य आवाहनाति पञ्चलोकपालकदेवताभ्यो नमः। स्थिरो भव अतः श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी कलशपूजां च करिष्ये। ॐ आधारशक्तये नमः। ॐ कूर्मकालाग्नये नमः। ॐ अनन्ताय नमः। ॐ धरण्ये नमः। ॐ धर्माय नमः। ॐ ज्ञानाय नमः। ॐ वैराग्याय नमः। ॐ ऐश्वर्याय नमः। ॐ ऋग्वेदाय नमः। ॐ यजुर्वेदाय नमः। ॐ सामवेदाय नमः। ॐ अथर्ववेदाय नमः। ॐ भौतिकाहङ्काराय नमः। ॐ तेजसाहङ्काराय नमः। ॐ वैकारिकाहङ्काराय नमः। ॐ सत्त्वगुणाय नमः। रजोगुणाय नमः। तमोगुणाय नमः। तुलिकारूपेभ्यो पृथिवी अप्तेजो वायुराकाशात्मभ्यो नमः। आस्थरणरूपाय जीवात्मने नमः। राम मणिमण्डलाय नमः। सां सोममण्डलाय नमः। राम सूर्यमण्डलाय नमः। तदुपरि द्वादशदलयुताय कर्णिकाकेशरयुताय अव्यक्तपद्माय नमः। इति पद्मासनं भद्रासनं परिकल्पयामि। पद्मासनभद्रासनस्योर्ध्वे ॐ परमधामावस्थित मदनुग्रहकाम्यज उद्यतावतार इहाभिमत मन्त्रसिद्धित मन्त्रशरीरो नमो नमः। ये हि भगवान् श्री रमादेवी सहित वीरवेङ्कट सत्यनारायण स्वामी परब्रह्मणे नमः। अस्मात् कलशेत् आगच्छागच्छागच्छागच्छागच्छेत्यावाह्य प्रणाम स्वागत प्रतिम सन्निधि सन्निरोध सामुख्य मुद्रान् प्रदर्श्य हृदयाय नमः। शिरसि स्वाहा शिखायै वौषध कवचाय हम नेत्राभ्यां वौषध हस्त्राय फट्। श्री रमादेवी समेत सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः। ध्यायामि सशङ्खचक्रं सकिरीटकुण्डलं सपीतवस्त्रं सरसीरुहेक्षणं सहारवक्षस्थलशोभिकौस्तुभम् नमामि विष्णुं शिरसा चतुर्भुजम् लक्ष्मीं क्षीरसमुद्रराजतनयां श्रीरङ्गधामेश्वरीं दासीभूतसमस्तदेववनितां लोकैकदीपाङ्कुरां श्रीमन्मन्धकटाक्षलब्धविभव ब्रह्मेन्द्रगङ्गाधरां त्वां त्रैलोक्यकुटुम्बिनीं सरसिजां वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियां श्री महालक्ष्मी समेत सत्यनारायण स्वामी परब्रह्मणे नमः। ध्यायामि ध्यानपुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि। आवाहनादिदेवी देवताभ्यो नमो नमः। पादयो पाद्यं हस्तयो अर्घ्यं मुखे बुद्धागमनं समर्पयामि। औपचारिकस्नानं समर्पयामि। आपोहिष्टामयो भुवस्तानभूतेदधातना महेरणाय चक्षसे योहस्यवतमोरदत्तस्य भार्यतेहनः सतीरिव मातरः। श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः। विशेष पंचामृत स्नानं समर्पयित्वा ओम श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः। श्रीमन्महागणपतये नमः। अस्मात् विवेकपीठात् आगच्छागच्छागच्छेति आवाह्य आवाहन मुद्रान् प्रदर्श्य प्रणाम स्वागत प्रतिमा सन्निधि सन्निरोध सामुख्य मुद्रान् प्रदर्श्य हृदयाय नमः। शिरसे स्वाहा शिखाजे वोषट् कवचाय हुं नेत्राभ्यां वोषट् हस्त्राज फट। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्ष सहस्रपात् स भूमिं विश्वतो वृद्ध्वा अत्यतिष्ठच्चाङ्कुलम् पुरुषदेवेधं सर्वम्। Everyone come one by one and offer 3 times milk to the god. पुरुषदेवेधगुं सर्वं यद्भूतं यश्च भव्यम् धामृतत्वशेषानः यदन्नेनातिरोहति एतावानस्य महिमा। अतो ध्यायागुश्च पूरुषः पादोऽस्य विश्वाभूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि त्रिपादोर्ध्वबुधैः पुरुषः पादोऽस्येहा भवात् पुनः ततो विश्वं व्यक्रामत् शासनानसने अभि तस्मात् विराड जायत विराजो अतिपूरुषः स जातो अत्यरिष्ठत पश्चात् भूमिमतो पुरः यत्पुरुषेण हविषा देवा यज्ञमतन्वत वसन्तो अस्यासीताज्यम् ग्रीष्मजिह्मः शरद्धविः सप्तास्यासन् परिधयः त्रिसप्तसमिदकृताः देवाजित्यज्ञं तन्वानाः अबध्नन् पुरुषं पशुं तं यज्ञं परिहितिप्रोक्षन् पुरुषं जातमग्रतः तेन देवा अयजन्त आध्यारुषयश्च ये अस्मात् यज्ञात् सर्वहुतः संहृतं दृषधाज्यम् पशुगुस्थागुश्चक्रे वाजव्यान् आरण्यान् ग्राम्याश्च ये तस्मात् यज्ञात् सर्वहुतः रजसामानि जज्ञिरे छन्दागुंसि जज्ञिरे तस्मात् यजोस्तस्मादजायत तस्मात्त्वा अजायन्त एकेशो भजाधतः धावो हजज्ञिरे तस्मात् जात अजावयः यत्पुरुषं व्यधदुः खदिताव्यगल्पयन् खं किमस्य कौ बाहु कावूरूपाधा उच्येते ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यः कृतः ऊरू तथस्य यद्वैश्यः अभ्यागुं शूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षुः सूर्यो अजायत मुखादिन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च प्राणाद्वायुरजायत नाभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षम् शीष्णोद्योः समवर्तत पद्भ्यां भूमिर्धिशस्रोत्रात् तथा लोकागुन् अगल्पयन् वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसस्तु भारे सर्वाणि रूपाणि विचित्य धीरः नामानि कृत्वा अभिवदन् यथास्ते धाता पुरस्ताद्यमुता जहाना तक्रः प्रविद्वान् प्रतिशतस्रः तमेवं विद्वान् अमृत इह भवति नान्यः हन्ता विद्यते जनाय प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अन्तः अजायमानो बहुधा विजायते ॐ गंगे च यमुने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदा सिन्धु कावेरी जलेऽस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु ॐ पर्याप्या अनन्तराजाय सर्वस्थोमोदिरार्थमुत्तममहर्भवति सर्वस्याप्ति सर्वस्य सिद्धिः सर्वमेव तेनाप्नोति सर्वं जयति जय बोलो सत्यनारायण भगवान की जय। Any 5 minutes bhajans.
सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण लक्ष्मी नारायण 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 श्री नारायण नारायण सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण लक्ष्मी नारायण 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 सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण लक्ष्मी नारायण 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 लक्ष्मी नारायण 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 सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण भजमन नारायण 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 भजमन नारायण 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 लक्ष्मी नारायण 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 सत्यनारायण नारायण सत्यनारायण नारायण लक्ष्मी नारायण 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 लक्ष्मी नारायण 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 सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण
இந்த எடுத்துன்னு எல்லாருமே சும்மா அம்பளே எடுத்துக்கணும். இப்படி தலையில் தெளிச்சு அப்புறம் எல்லாரும் காமிச்சிட்டு கிச்சன்ல ரின்ஸ் பண்ணிக்கணும். Everyone take the water and split it on your head. ओम श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः। अभिषेक पूजानन्तरं बीजालंकार पूजां च करिष्ये। शिवासुवासा परिविधादान् समुष्वेजान् भवति जायमानः। धीरासः कवयगुण्मयन्ति स्वादीहो मनसा देवयन्तः। वस्त्र उपवीदार्थमक्षतान् समर्पयामि। आयनेते परायणे दूर्वारोहन्तु पुष्पिणीः। रथाश्च पुण्डरीकाणि समुद्रश्च ग्रहाजिमे पुष्पैः सम्पूजयामि। ओम श्रीमते नमः। ओम केशवाय नमः। ओम नारायणाय नमः। ओम श्रीमते नमः। पादौ पूजयामि। ओम नारायणाय नमः। गुल्पौ पूजयामि। ओम माधवाय नमः। जंघे पूजयामि। ओम इंदिरापतये नमः। जारुणी पूजयामि। ओम विष्णवे नमः। स्रवं पूजयामि। ओम मधुसूदनाय नमः। ऊरुः पूजयामि। ओम त्रिविक्रमाय नमः। वक्त्रं पूजयामि। ओम वामनाय नमः। हस्तान् पूजयामि। ओम श्रीधराय नमः। वक्षस्थलं पूजयामि। ओम ऋषिकेशाय नमः। वक्षस्थलं पूजयामि। ओम ऋषिकेशाय नमः। केशान् पूजयामि। ओम पद्मनाभाय नमः। नाभिं पूजयामि। ओम दामोदराय नमः। उदरं पूजयामि। ओम श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः। सर्वाण्यङ्गानि पूजयामि। ओम श्री सत्यनारायणाय नमः। परिमलधूपमाघ्रापयामि। वनस्पत्युद्भवैर्दिव्य समर्पयामि संभवित फलोदकं निवेदयामि ओम प्रोक्ष्य परिशिच्य शोषणधाहन प्लावनानि कृत्वा सुरभिमुद्रानमृतीकृत्य ओम देवश्रद्धाते अश्विनोर्बाहुभ्याम् उष्णो हस्ताभ्याम् प्रतिगृह्णामि मध्ये मध्ये पाणिं करापूषण हस्तप्रक्षालन पादप्रक्षालनमुखे शुद्ध गण्डूषाचमनं समर्पयामि ओम तत्कृष्णो परमं पदगुं तथा पश्यन्ति शूरयः दिवीव चक्षुराधतं तद्भिप्रातो विपन्यबोधाग्रवागुं सत्सनिधते विष्णोर्यत्परमं पदं जय बोलो सत्यनारायण भगवान की जय ओम स्कांद पुराणे everyone please take little akshata ओम स्कांद पुराणे रेवाखांडे श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी दिव्यव्रत कथायां प्रथमोऽध्यायः प्रारम्भः Chapter 1 Once upon a time, while traveling the three worlds, Yogiraj Narada Muni reached Murtyaloka. He saw the human beings suffering immensely. He visited the abode of Lord Vishnu, who alone can relieve the mankind from the sufferings. There he met the Almighty Lord Vishnu, with 4 arms having Shankachakra Gada Padma, wearing Tulasimala on his neck. He started to pray and requested, O Lord, you are the supreme power. Nothing can touch you, not even wind or mind can get you. Your power is limitless. You know everything. You help your devotees to overcome their sufferings and sorrows. Hearing all the pleadings of Sadhu Narad Muni, the Almighty Supreme Lord Vishnu, knowing everything, asked Narad Muni, O Narad, why have you come to me and what do you want from me? Tell me. I want to hear the same from you. Yogiraj Narada Muni replied, O Lord, I just went to Mrityulok, where I saw all kinds of human beings suffering in sorrow due to their previous karma. O Lord the Almighty, there is no way that their suffering becomes less, or is it possible that they get complete moksha from their sufferings? If so, please let us know. The Lord at once replied, O Narad, you have asked a very good question for the benefit of all humankind. To free mankind from all sufferings and to ultimately reach heaven, there is one vrat, and today I will tell you all about it. Anyone who does Sathyanarayana Swami Vratam in the right way will get all the pleasures on earth and will reach his goal. Yogiraj Narada Munijan asked, O Lord, has anyone kept this fast before? This vrat is done on which day and how exactly is it done? Please do let us know all the details. Whosoever does Bhagavan Sathyanarayanji's Katha with Brahmin with his family, with full rights, will be relieved from his sorrows and sufferings, will be bestowed with increased in wealth and wisdom, will be blessed with children, get overall victory, increased devotion. For this prayer, one requires ripe bananas, ghee, milk, chori. After the prayers, all present must have the prasad, then take their meals together. Then sing, praise, chant mantras of Lord Satyanarayan. By doing this, their wishes will be fulfilled. This vrata in Kali Yuga gives the reward very quickly. The chapter of Lord Satyanarayan Swami is over. All chant Satyanarayana Swami ki jai. Sriman Narayana 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 Bhajaman Narayana 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 Lakshmi Narayana 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 Satyanarayana Narayana Narayana Prathamodhyayah Samaptah. Om Sri Sathyanarayana Swamine Namaha Sambhavita Atmira Phalam Nivejya Om Priyah Kantaya Kalyana Nidhaje Nidhaje Sri Venkateswara Srinivasaya Mangalam. Jai Bolo Satyanarayana Bhagavan ki Jai. Skandha Purane Reva Khande Satyanarayana Swami Kathayam Dvitiyodhyayah Prarambhaha. There is 4 more stories. Anyone?
Chapter 2. The Lord said, O Narada, now I will tell you about the first person who did this fast. In a place named Sundar Kashpur, there used to live a very innocent Brahmin. In hunger and thirst, he used to roam for his daily bread. When the loving Lord saw the Brahmin in sorrow and begging daily, he took a disguise of an old Brahmin and asked him, Oh dear, why are you so sad? Please tell me about all your difficulties. Is there any way I could help you out? The Brahmin told the Lord, I am poor Brahmin and I roam daily for bread. Do you know if there is any way to come out of this sorrow? The old Brahmin, that is the Lord, said, Lord Sathyanarayana grants all the wishes for all the people. Dear Brahman, that is why if you pray to him and keep his fast, you will overcome all your sorrows and get moksha. After telling him all the details of the prayer and the fast, the old man, that's Lord, disappeared. The Brahmin could not sleep that night. He kept thinking of the fast and the prayer that the Lord had asked him to do. In the morning, he woke up with the thought that anyhow he must do the prayer and went out all for his bhaksha. On the day, the Brahmin got lot of money from which he bought all the necessary things for prayer, called his family, and did Lord Satyarayana prayer. By doing so, the Brahmin overcome all his sorrows and became rich. From that time onwards, he used to do the prayers every month without fail. In this way, whoever does Lord Satyarayana prayer will get moksha. Anyone on earth who does this prayer will be relieved from all the sorrows. When Narad Muni noticed that people on earth were eager to know about the other people who kept this fast, he narrated another story. The same Brahmin, now a rich person, used to do the prayer every month without fail with his family. Once he was doing his prayer, a woodcutter passed from there. After keeping the bundle of wood outside the Brahmin's house, he went in for some water. The thirsty woodcutter saw the Brahmin doing his prayer. He bowed down to the Brahmin and asked, Oh Brahmin, what are you doing? Please tell me about it. The Brahmin replied, To all the wishes of human being, this fast and the prayer is useful. I have acquired all the wealth and fame by doing this prayer of Lord Satyanarayana ji. After hearing about the prayer and drinking the water, the woodcutter felt happy. He ate the prasad and left for his house. Thinking of Lord Satyanarayana ji in his mind, he said, Whatever today I get from selling the wood, I will also do the prayer. So thinking, he kept the bundle of wood on his head and left homewards. On the way home, he went roaming in Sundarnagar for selling the wood. On that day, he got 4 times more money than usual for the wood. Feeling happy, he went and bought all the things necessary for the prayer, that is the ripe banana, sugar, ghee, wheat flour, etc., and proceeded homewards. On reaching his house and after cleaning it, he called his family and did the prayer with due respect. The reward of the fast was that he became rich and had all the pleasures of life on this earth, and in the end of this life, he went to heaven. This chapter of Lord Satyanarayana Swami is over. All chant Sri Satyanarayana ki jai.
ॐ स्कान्धपुराणे रेवाकाण्डे सत्यनारायणस्वामिकथायां द्वितीयोऽध्यायः समाप्तः श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण भजमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण लक्ष्मीनारायण नारायण नारायण सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण श्री वेङ्कटाद्रिसुन्दराग्रमङ्गलाभरणाग्रजे मङ्गलानां निवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मङ्गलम् जय बोलो सत्यनारायण भगवान की स्कान्धपुराणे रेवाकाण्डे सत्यनारायण स्वामी कथायां तृतीयोऽध्यायः प्रारम्भः
Chapter 3 Sadhuraj Narad said, "O dear people, now let me tell you another story. There was a king named Ulkamuk. He was very wise. He would go daily to the temple and give donation to the Brahmins. His wife was a pious and beautiful lady. At the banks of Madhushala river one day, when they were doing Lord Sri Satyanarayana's prayer, a wealthy businessman was passing from there. He anchored his boat and went up to the king and asked him, O king, what are you doing with so much bhakti? I wish to know. Please tell me about it. The king replied, O merchant, I am praying to the great Almighty, the boon giver, Lord Satyanarayana for a son. The merchant, on hearing this, requested the king to tell them about all the fast and prayers as he was childless too. The king told him the full details of the prayers and fast. After hearing all the details, he decided in his mind to keep his fast. The merchant then left homewards. On reaching home, he told his wife Leelavati about the fast and prayer and said, "We will do this fast when we get a child." One day, with grace of Lord Sathyanarayana, his wife became pregnant. In 10 months' time, she gave birth to a beautiful daughter. They named her Kalavati. Days passed by. One day, Leelavati slowly and sweetly reminded her husband about the prayer and fast and requested him to fulfill his promise. The merchant told his wife that during the time of Kalavati's wedding, it would be easy to observe the same, for at the time he was busy in his business. So saying, he left for his business trip to various villages. Kalavati grew up to be a beautiful girl, and the merchant saw that his daughter was of marriageable age. He called the matchmaker and requested him to search an equal match for his daughter. Hearing the merchant's request, the matchmaker reached Kanchannagar. From there, he bought the proposal of a young, handsome boy. The merchant liked the proposal, for the boy had all good qualities too. He then spoke to the boy's parents and fixed his daughter's marriage. The marriage was done with all the religious ceremonies and rituals. Unfortunately, the merchant forgot all his promise to the Lord Sathyanarayana's prayer and fast. The Lord got angry at the false promise made by the merchant. The merchant, after a few days, left for his business trip with his son-in-law. They anchored their boat in a beautiful village named Ratanpur. In those days, King Chandraketu used to rule the village. The Lord was angry with the merchant for the false promise made by him, and so he wanted to teach him a lesson. One day the thief robbed the wealth of king, and they went and stayed where the merchant was staying. Seeing the guards following them, they left all the loot over there where the merchant was staying and hid themselves. When the guards reached the merchant's place, they saw all the king's wealth. Thinking them to be the robbers, they uncovered the merchant and his son-in-law and took them to the king and told him that they were responsible for the theft. The king, without questioning or listening to them, ordered to put them in a dark cell. Due to Lord Satyanarayana's Maya, nobody heard them. Even their wealth was confiscated by the king. At the merchant's house, the thief robbed all their wealth, and his wife and daughter had to beg for the daily bread. One day, begging for the food, Kalavati reached a Brahmin's house where at the time of Lord Satyanarayana's Puja was going on. After listening to the prayer and taking the prasad, she left for home. By the time it became dark, Leelavati was arrived. She asked her daughter Kalavati, "Why are you so late?" To which Kalavati told her mother, "Oh mother, today in a Brahmin's house I heard a prayer. By doing this prayer and fast, all your wishes get fulfilled." On hearing this, Leelavati pre- started doing all the preparations for the prayer of Lord Satyanarayana. She did the fast and prayer and asked the forgiveness of Lord for forgiveness, and then prayed her husband and son-in-law should return home safely. Lord Satyanarayana was pleased with the prayer and the fast. One day he told King Chandraketu in his dream, "O king, you must release the merchant and his son-in-law from the dark cell tomorrow morning. Give them their wealth and set them free. If you do not so, your kingdom will be destroyed." In the morning, the king called the court people and told them about the dream. The court people, after hearing about the dream, came to the conclusion to free the merchant and his son-in-law. They asked the guards to bring the prisoners from the dark cell. King Chandraketu gave them good clothes, all their wealth, and plus some more, and set them free. The king told them that due to their wrongdoings, they had to undergo this suffering. But now there was nothing to fear, and they could go back. They bowed down to the king and left homewards. This chapter of Lord Satyanarayana is over. All thanks Sri Satyanarayana.
सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय। स्कांद पुराणे रेवाकांडे सत्यनारायण स्वामी कथायां तृतीयोऽध्यायः समाप्तः। श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण भजमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण लक्ष्मी नारायण 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 Satyanarayana Narayana Om Nityaja Niravatyaya Satyananda Chidatmane Sarvantaratmane Srimad Venkateswara Mangalam. जय बोलो सत्यनारायण भगवान की जय। ओम स्कांद पुराणे रेवाखांडे सत्यनारायण स्वामी कथायां चतुर्थोऽध्यायः प्रारम्भः।
Chapter 4. Suji said the merchant prayed first and then gave some back to the Brahmin before starting his journey homewards. When they went little further, Lord Sathyanarayana wanted to test them. He took the excuse of an old man and went up to the merchant and asked him, "What is in your boat? Give me little from there." In his ego and pride, the merchant replied, "O old man, we have nothing in our boat except hay and leaves." On hearing such a harsh word of the merchant, the Lord said, "Your words will be true." So saying, he went from there and sat on the bank of the river. When the Lord went away, the boat to rise higher in the water. The merchant was surprised at this. When he went to check in the boat, he saw that his boat was filled with leaves and hay only. Seeing this, he fainted. When he came to his senses, he was very much worried. He said, how could this happen?" At this, his son-in-law told him, "Do not cry over this. All has happened because you spoke harshly to the old man and lied to him. Still, nothing is lost. You could go back to him and ask for forgiveness, and he will set everything right." The merchant, after hearing the words of his son-in-law, went in search of the old man, and he bowed down before him and with respect said, "O Lord, please forgive me for the false harsh words that I have spoken to you." So saying, he bowed down and with the tears of sorrow his eyes. When the Lord saw the merchant in his state of sorrowness and crying for forgiveness, he said, "Do not cry, listen to me. How foolish person, and due to your false promise, you have seen all this sorrow and suffering." On hearing the Lord say this, the merchant said, "O Lord, nobody can recognize your Maya, not even the gods or Brahmins know your ways and forms. I promise that I will pray to you." So saying, he asked for forgiveness. He said, "Please forgive me and let my boat be filled with wealth once again like before." On hearing the merchant's word filled with bhakti, the Lord was happy and he fulfilled his wish. When the merchant mounted his boat and saw it full with wealth again, he thanked the Lord and said, "With Lord Satyanarayana's grace, my wish is fulfilled. When I reach home, I will do his prayer and fast." So saying, he left homewards. When the merchant saw that his hometown, Ratanpur, is nearing, he sent a messenger in advance to his house to inform his wife and daughter of his homecoming. The messenger, on reaching the merchant's house, bowed down to the merchant's wife and gave them the most awaited news that the merchant and his son-in-law have reached Ratnapur. Leela had just finished doing her Satyanarayana Puja. She told her daughter to finish doing the prayer and then come and receive her husband and her father. Kalavati finished doing her quickly without taking the prasad left to meet her husband. The Lord got angry at her behavior, so he drowned her husband with the boat. When Kalavati did not see her husband, she was shocked and she fainted on the floor. On seeing his daughter in his state of affairs and the sudden disappearance of the boat, the merchant was shocked. He prayed to Lord Sathyanarayana, asked him for forgiveness, and prayed to the Lord to take them out of this difficulty. The Lord then made an announcement, O merchant, your daughter in a hurry to meet her husband has left my prasad, hence you cannot see her husband. Now when she goes back to takes the prasad with the due respect and then returns. Only then she will see her husband. On hearing the voice, Kalavati ran home, ate the prasad and come back and met her husband. When the merchant saw this, he was very happy. The merchant then the merchant then did Lord Satyanarayana's prayer and fast with his family. Every month, finally, he had all the pleasure of life, and after death, he went to heaven. This chapter of Lord Satyanarayana over. All chants say Lord Satyanarayana ki jai.
ॐ स्कान्धपुराणे रेवाखण्डे सत्यनारायणस्वामिकथायां चतुर्थोऽध्यायः समाप्तः।
Go to Padi.
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण लक्ष्मीनारायण नारायण नारायण भजमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण। ॐ श्रीवैकुण्ठविरक्ताय स्वामि पुष्करिणी तटे रमया रममाणाय वेङ्कटेशाय मङ्गलम्। जय बोलो सत्यनारायण भगवान की जय। स्कांध पुराणे श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी कथायां पंचमोऽध्यायः प्रारम्भः। Chapter 5.
Sadhi said, O people, listen further to another story. A king named
Tungadhwaj
of Tungadhwaj was famous for his generosity to his subjects, but he had to suffer a lot due to the disrespect he had shown to the prayer of Lord Satyanarayana and his prasad, which he did not accept when it was offered to him. One day, when hunting in a forest, he sat down under a tree. There he saw a few villagers doing the prayer of Lord Satyanarayana. The king saw all his, but due to his false ego, neither did he join them nor bowed down to the idol of the Lord. When the villagers gave him the prasad, he did not accept it and went away from there. When the king reached his kingdom, he saw that everything was destroyed and all his 100 sons were lying dead on the floor. The king realized that this had happened all due to his false ego. So thinking, he started walking towards the place where the villagers were doing their prayers. There with them, he did the prayers of Lord Satyanarayana and had the prasad and the charna amrit. Example like milk, curd, sugar, tulsi leaves, and honey mixed together and put it in all his sons' mouth. By doing this, all his sons became all right. He got back all his wealth and comfort of life, and finally, in the end, after he died, he went to heaven. Anybody who keeps this fault with full faith and recite the prayers of Lord Satyanarayana, all his wishes will be fulfilled. With the grace of the Lord, he will get eternity. The wealthless will receive wealth and will go to heaven, and finally will come out of the circle of birth and death. The names of the person who kept this false and took rebirth are as follows. The Brahmin took birth as Sudama, and in his entire life he served the Lord Krishna and attained moksha. King Ulkamuk took birth as King Dashrath, and in that life he became the father of Lord Rama and attained eternity. the merchant took birth as King Murhat, who cut his son in half and offered to the Lord and Moksha. King Tungatwaj took birth as Kivat, who took drama across the river, served him, and got moksha. In this way, whoever does Lord Sathyanarayana's prayer will be free from all sorrows and will ultimately reach heaven and get moksha. This chapter of Lord Satyanarayana is over.
All chant Satyanarayana Swami ki jai. Skandha Purane Reva Kande Satyanarayana Swami Kathayam Panchamodhyayaha Samaptaha. Sriman-Narayana Narayana Narayana Lakshmi Narayana 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 Bhajman-Narayana Narayana Narayana Satyanarayana Narayana Narayana Galasakana-Parayir-Madhacharya Purogamai सर्वैश्च पूर्वैराचार्यैः सत्कृतायास्तु मङ्गलम्। जय बोलो सत्यनारायण भगवान की जय। Everyone come and offer half akshata to the kalash, remaining half to your head. You both. Thank you. Give it. Om Syam Purnamashyaam Sukhadito Shri Satyanarayana Swamiha Divya Puja Nantaram Shri Venkadevi Pujan Chakarishri Om Sri Venkateswara Namaha Dhyayami Dhyanam Swanjalim Samarpayami Padayoho Bhagyam Hastayoho Arjam Mukhe Tuthadamanam Samarpayami Napayami Snananantaram Tuthadamanam Samarpayami Vatra Upavidasam Mangala Sutrasam Pushpanjalim Samarpayami Sambhavita Alodhakan Nivedhayami Prokshya Parishithya Soshana Dahana Plavnani Krutva Saragmudran Amritikritya Om Sarvamangalamangaliye Shive Sarvarthasadike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayane Namostute Mahadevi Vidmahe Kamalagni Patni Dhimahi Tanno Renukamba Prachodayate। जय बोलो श्री रेणुका माता की जय। ओम आवाहनात् श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमो नमः। विशेष महादेवेभ्यं च समर्पयामि। ओम देवसत्त्वा सवितुर्प्रभवे श्रीणोः बाहुभ्यां पूष्णो हस्ताभ्यां प्रतिगृह्णामि। ओम प्राणाय स्वाहा प्राणाय स्वाहा प्राणाय स्वाहा समानाय स्वाहा ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा। ओम अस्य श्रीमान् श्रीमतः गोत्रोद्भवस्य शिवगोत्रोद्भवस्य नित्यानन्दम् अनुराधा नक्षत्रौ जातस्य ललिता उत्तरायण नक्षत्रौ जातस्य अजय गोपाल मूल नक्षत्रौ जातस्य श्वेताश्विनी नक्षत्रौ जातस्य निखिल रोहिणी नक्षत्रौ जातस्य हरीश राजाराम कृत्तिके नक्षत्रौ जातस्य कुटुम्बानां श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी अनुग्रहम् अस्य श्रीमान् श्रीमतः शक्तिवेल मग नक्षत्रौ जातस्य शिवगोत्रोद्भवस्य श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी अनुग्रहम् अस्य श्रीमान् श्रीमतः प्रवीण खंडानामधेय भावा खंडानाम ऋषि खंडानाम स्थानीय खंडानामधेय राघव खंडानामधेय सह कुटुंबानां सत्यनारायण स्वामी अनुग्रहम् अस्य श्रीमान् श्रीमतः मूवेंद्र नामधेयस्य पुरट्टादि नक्षत्रौ सूर्याभरणि नक्षत्रौ जातस्य धन्या त्रिवोण नक्षत्रौ जातस्य सह कुटुंबानां श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामिनः दिव्य परिपूर्ण कृपा कटाक्षानुग्रह प्रसाद फल सिद्ध्यर्थं विशेषार्चन पूजां च करिष्ये। ओम श्रीमते नमः। ओम केशवाय नमः। ओम नारायणाय नमः। ओम माधवाय नमः। ओम गोविन्दाय नमः। ओम विष्णवे नमः। ओम मधुसूदनाय नमः। ओम त्रिविक्रमाय नमः। ओम वामनाय नमः। ओम श्रीधराय नमः। ओम ऋषिकेशाय नमः। ओम पद्मनाभाय नमः। ओम दामोदराय नमः। ओम वासुदेवाय नमः। ओम संकर्षणाय नमः। ओम प्रद्युम्नाय नमः। ओम अनिरुद्धाय नमः। ओम पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः। ओम मधोक्षजाय नमः। ओम नारसिंहाय नमः। ओम बलरामाय नमः। ओम श्रीरामाय नमः। ओम श्रीकृष्णाय नमः। ओम शेषाद्रि नीलजाय नमः। ओम श्री रमादेवी समेत श्री वीरवेंकट सत्यनारायण स्वामी दिव्य परब्रह्मणे नमो नमः। ओम तद्विष्णो परमं पदं तथा पश्यन्ति सूरजः दिवि वचक्षुराधतं तद्भित्राशोदिपन्यबोधा ध्रुवागुंसत्तमिन्धते विष्णोर्यत्परमं पदम्। Everyone come on. जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे जो ध्यावे फल पावे दुख बिन से मन का स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख आनंद घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण पढ़ू मैं किसकी स्वामी शरण पढ़ू मैं किसकी तुम बिन और न दूजा प्रभु बिन और न दूजा आस करूं मैं जिसकी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म जगदीश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम रक्षा करता। मैं मूर्ख खल कामी मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी कृपा करो भरता। ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम हो एक अगोचर सबके प्राणपति स्वामी सबके रक्षपति किसी विध मिलो कृपा में, किसी विध मिलो दया में, तुमको मैं गुमति। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, दीन बंधु दुख हरता, ठाकुर तुम मेरे, स्वामी रक्षक तुम मेरे। अपने हाथ उठाओ, दया कर शरण लगाओ, द्वार पड़ में तेरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, विषय विकार मिटावो, पाप हरो देवा, स्वामी कष्ट हरो देवा। श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ावो, श्रद्धा प्रेम बढ़ावो, संतन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, तन मन धन सब कुछ है तेरा, स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा। तेरा तुझको अर्पण, तेरा तुझको समर्पण, क्या लागे मेरा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव,
त्वमेव
विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ओम योपां पुष्पं वेधा, पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति, चन्द्रमा वा अपां पुष्पं, पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति। यजेवं वेदा, योपामायतनं वेदा, आयतनवान् भवति। श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः। वेदोक्त स्वर्ण मंत्र पुष्पं समर्पयामि। जय बोलो श्री सत्यनारायण भगवान की जय।
பிரசாதம் சக்கரை பொங்கல் உள்ளதானா?
சக்கரை பொங்கல் பெரிய